they're going to all be people flying in from somewhere else.
Wow.
Do you have any? Yeah, I mean, well, think about this.
That's got to be one of the darkest places on the planet.
Yes, but think about this. Now, I picked the city. This has to do with my astrology. You know, with in astrology where Jupiter is ascending over in your chart, blessings just can fall, whether you're there or whether you're just in touch with people from there. So I picked Corpus Christi because the name of it translated means body of Christ, and we ain't talking about Jesus. We're talking about Christ consciousness. So, and because also the crystal caves are 150 miles south of some Texas border, and wherever that crystalline energy is where my light should be, and it also has to do with the starships and with the portals, the dimensional portals. So I picked the city, but I haven't found anything there as far as people, you understand, that are conscious yet. And so I was just putting it to you. Have you had any, is there anything that you are doing or have done with anyone that is based or rooted in that area of the country?
No, not only that, I found that one from Texas has contacted me. You have to remember, Texas is working, well, the people that are misruling Texas are working overtime to destroy anybody of any ethnic stock. They're just trying to enlighten. See, you know, it seems like I'm about this color thing, and I come to so-called black people because, one, they need it the most, because they're the most lost at the moment, and two, they have the quickest capacity to reactivate faster than anybody else. I have yet to hear very much from people in Texas, and most people that I know, including my father, they loathe Texas.
Really?
Texas. I don't know anybody that has any, not even so-called white folks. I don't know anybody that has anything good to say about Texas. And, you know, no disrespect to all you Texans out there. But, you know, Texas is on kill and destroy, and we're special. We're special. And I told you how, I don't know if you heard the show, I told you how Texas, you know, they set things off over there, or Tejas. And I still have relatives there. And my dad said that we still have some of the land left. We had hundreds of acres in Tejas.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? We had hundreds of acres. And one of my uncles or somebody, great uncles or something, went off single-handedly and sold a bunch of land from up under the family with no right to do so. And one of the major airports, and the only airport that I found that had done anything lately, I don't know if it was, is there a George Bush or somebody airport out there? One of these big ones. I don't know if it's Dulles or Bush. I think it was probably that one, but, you know, my dad is like, we'll never get that back. These people put a damn airport on it. You know, or extended an airport on it or something. But as much land as the family has there, my dad says he'll never set foot in Texas. And most people I know that look like us, they can take Texas and shove it. Texas can fall off the earth as far as they're concerned.
Well, good. Well, I'll take that into consideration.
Kill and destroy, you know, you have to know the history behind them.
Yeah, well, see, unlike you, my work hasn't been about the planet. Like for 20-something years, I've been into spirit and universal law, and because I am quick and because I do resonate, all I have to do is listen to you and a couple of other people like Kirk Nugent's information and stuff like that, and I'm already abreast to where our people are en masse around the planet. So if the universe is propelling me to Texas because of stargates and because of crystal caves, maybe it's a shift into something brand new, but of course the forces will be with me. You know, as the force, I have to trust that it'll be with me because this designation has been in place for 20 years. So I will take what you've given me into the den with spirit and see what it directs me to do. Thank you, beloved. I'm going to let someone else get to you. I will listen. I love you, and keep up the good work. We need it.
Well, before you go,
yes, ma'am.
There may be a reason why you're guided to Texas, because as I said before, I don't like to use the word dark, but you know, what people think is dark and light. I think dark is light and light is dark. However, you might need to be there because of what you're doing. Somebody needs to turn some light on that puppy.
Really?
What
Okay,
people
could
call like. So that might be why you're going there. Texas is a mess spiritually.
I hear you.
So
It could be.
If you're working the power you're saying you're working, that might help. You need to step over there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate you doing your research. Thank God. I really
love
like
it,
those individuals that don't come here asking me every single thing. Go and look and see if I'm lying to you, then call me.
They don't get it when on your audio when you said on your video at on YouTube when you said, listen, I don't like it when I ask you to open the dictionary and you won't even open the dictionary. When you see it with your own eyes, is different from taking my word for it. Well, see, I'm at a point where I can take your word for it because I've researched enough where they're sitting in your presence and they're not even doing it. See, I can't teach people like that. That pisses me off too. So I hear you. I'm gonna let you go because I know others.
Thanks.
All right, Don. Bye-bye.
Thank you. That was why one of the reasons why I almost gave up doing the show. People are not listening.
Oh, you have a lot of questions, and you have one caller. I want to get to this question because you want the caller first? Okay.
Yeah, because the caller was on hold longer than these people in the chat room. Remember you said there were a few hands up. Let's take the caller first, and then we can get to
the question. Well, they hung up.
Oh, my bad. Okay, let's chat them. That's okay.
Okay, somebody had a question. They were saying that they were having seizures. No, they have epilepsy, and now that they have epilepsy, that they were seeing things. And is there any insight? Do you have any insight on this?
No, I don't. I briefly saw something about that, but not enough to speak to it.
They were saying that they...
Or this is just something that just happened. What they do, get in the strobe light and all of a sudden they started having epileptic seizures or something, or they've been dealing with this all their life?
I think it's best that they call in, whoever typed that in the chat room, because I see that there's more to your question. I think you better call in and have Yaffa, or you can explain to Yaffa what you mean.
Or they can call the house. I'm trying to think what was the deficiency. I don't even want to speculate. But it had something to do. I need to determine what neurotransmitters may be causing that overabundance or deficiency of what it is in the body. Is there other questions?
The person said that they haven't vision, and the visions are coming true when they have their epileptic seizures.
Well, it's not good that they're having epileptic seizures, but it's marvelous that it's causing them to tap into a previously closed door within themselves. That's marvelous news. That's great. And it may or may not be so much seeing the future. Sometimes it's a seeing of the future, and sometimes it's astral projecting or mental projecting into the future, and then remembering what you saw and coming back with it. But whatever it is, that's marvelous. But tell them they need to watch those seizures, though, because they can get hurt. So not that they can control, but I mean, don't be trying to cause no seizure just so you can see something.
And somebody asked, what should we know about the UCC?
Hoo-wee, UCC. Lord have mercy. That, when it comes to the UCC, I know a lot of people, melanin-rich and European, that spent a lot of money on that stuff. And I don't personally know anyone that has had any success with it. Maybe one person. I know one person that had some level of success with a student loan personally. And I don't know if that was a fluke or what the blazes was the deal with that. I know of people that say, I know people that are having luck, but, I don't like to buy into the whole hearsay. I need to know you personally. I need to talk to you, and you need to tell me what worked for you. So to me, the UCC is not working for a number of reasons for a lot of people. One, either you're in the wrong status trying to use the UCC, meaning how can you be a slave and write a superior contract if you are a so-called slave that's going to be valid anywhere if you can't contract. Two, it may be that as autochthonous Americans, you may be above that anyway, and it may be something that is subordinate to your status to begin with. And then, too, you might look up one day, and we are all getting into this UCC and the 1, 2, 3, and ABC thing, and then look up 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later, or 50 years later, and find out that we entrapped our children some kind of way, not knowing any better the way our parents did with birth certificates or something. I mean, to me, it's an ultimate contract. I don't know what to say about it other than I personally don't know anyone that's had major success with it. I know people, melanin rich and European personally, that lost their houses screwing around with that. I know of people that got incarcerated screwing around with that. And I don't know that it's a bad thing. I think it may be that the people that are selling it to you or promoting it to you, either they aren't disclosing everything that you need to know, or maybe they themselves don't know everything that they need to know, because sometimes people get a little piece of something, and then they want to sell it for $1,500. I know something you don't know, and if you want it, just screw me, sell me, join my club, and follow me, and then I can show you the way. Well, you haven't shown me the way, because what are you doing? I know of one sister that I would say, other than the brother that had luck with a student loan that got discharged using that, one sister had a property, and when she sold it and moved to another state, the people that bought it and their realtors couldn't even do certain things with the property because they needed her to come back and, she needed to lift the UCC-1 lien on it for them to even do anything with it. So, but then again, she had certain things attached to hers that I had never seen, and she didn't let me see everything, but I saw certain things that hers had that I'm like, I've never seen anybody that had that with theirs, and I've never seen anybody that had that with theirs. So, again, I think that the people that are trying to use it and they're not having luck, there are a lot of components that are probably missing, or the status is wrong, or maybe the audience just wants people working with something else. The jury's still out with me on the UCC, and before somebody calls and asks me, it's still out on that whole thing that they're doing where they're trying to get all the, what's that thing? Somebody's going to ask me, and I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head. The clearinghouse, wherever this clearinghouse is for all the birth certificates and everything, don't ask me. The jury's still out on that, too. I don't see how people can necessarily manipulate something that somebody else set up that's theirs, but maybe you can if you have all the dots and all the crosses to your T's. And I'm sure I didn't answer the question because the UCC, that's still a ghost for me. Go ahead.
Okay, somebody asked a question about can we use yoga to yoke in ourselves? Is there a way to talk to our ancestors? Is this the way to talk to our ancestors, by doing yoga?
Well, now, that's a good question, and it depends. Yoga is going to not so much talk you to the ancestors. It is more going to yoke you in and unify you with the omnipresence and the omnipotence of omniscience or omniscience. But a lot has to do with whether or not you are an individual that learns visually based on what you see, or if you're one that learns auditorily based on what you've heard, or if you're kinesthetic and you learn based on what feels and rings true to you in your gut. Different people learn different ways. You may be somebody that learns hands-on. So if you're attempting to meditate, and the way you learn best based on what you hear. Man, don't show me nothing in writing, just tell me. If you're that type of individual, then yoking in with yoga and at the same time vibrating certain or uttering certain sounds on